friends, this is Celine Kempton from stampforfun.net. Today I'm going to show you how to watercolor with Framelits re-inkers. So first, this is my Framelit, and you can see that I've been playing quite a bit. And I'm going to start with my rose red ink. And I'm just going to put a little bit on my plastic bag here. I'm going to use my aqua painter and get it a little bit damp and just make a little bit of water. And now I've got a really wet paint that I'm just going to use to fill in the hole. So there's tape that comes on these Framelits and it stuck to my finger a little bit. That's no big deal. I'm just going to finish off the last one. And of course my fingers get pretty inky. I could tape it down if I wanted to, but I just want a rough watercolor washed looking image. So this is what it ends up looking like, and you can see on this one my stamp moved. I did this one yesterday, and honestly I painted probably 10 or 12 of them, and then it was time to go pick up my daughter from school, so I let it sit for a little while, and this is what I ended up with. So I'm going to continue with this one and not this one because I want to give this one some time to dry. Next, I'm going to add Pink Pirouette Re-Inker to the mix. And again, I'm going to add a little bit of water and just kind of, and you can color on whatever piece of plastic you have hanging around, paper, packaging, whatever plastic you have is fine. And this has a lot of ink on it. And you definitely want to keep a paper towel nearby in case you want to test your color or whatever. But I'm going to give this a little more water. I want to start off pretty washy. And now I'm just going to color in between the areas. Now because this is a watercolor paper, even though it's good and dry, the ink is going to start to move. So I want to get it somewhatly painted before I start blending my colors, because I don't want it to end up looking like a big ball of rose red. Yesterday I did one that I used a little too much rose red, and it ended up looking just like a big blob of rose red. Actually, I'll show it to you. This is how I fixed it. I cut out a die cut, painted it the same color, and then used Wink of Stella on top, and we're going to show you that in just a minute. But for this one, we're not going to blend as much, but it is starting to blend the colors just automatically. You see that? So we'll just now I'm starting to wash the colors together and blend and smooth. Okay, so I like where this is, so I'm gonna take that color off my paintbrush, and next I'm gonna bring in the Wink of Stella. I'll tell you, when you first get the Wink of Stella, there's this black ring that sits in between the layers. It sits here, and you just unscrew it and take the ring out. And then when you want to open your glitter brush, then you just pull and push. So you could spend days screwing it in and out, but it's a pull. I know that sounds silly. I did it. So next I'm going to take this. I'm going to put that away for a second. And I'm going to use Old Olive ink next to paint some leaves. And notice how my Framelit is right on top of my flower. I'm going to avoid painting my flower. I'm just going to start with painting some leaves. And this is just a guide so that I can have some fun. I'm going to actually paint this in kind of freehand. And note, it's not perfect, but I can make leaves. It kind of looks like an oval with a point on it. And here's another leaf, and here's another leaf. So at this point, and I did get some ink over there, but it's not going to be a problem. You'll see why in a second. And now I'm just going to add a dot of Mossy Meadow. This is a darker green, and this I'm going to use to add my accents. So check it out. Ready? This is about like a light touch and washy color and Not worrying too much. Not perfect, right? So here, let me take the color off my brush, and I'm squeezing. This is just black cardstock that I'm using here. And now I'm gonna mix again and just move those colors, and now it's gonna get nice and wet and washy, which is perfect for what we're doing. We don't want it to be perfect. True watercolor is about a wash of color. Okay, so once we've done that, I'm gonna take all the green off my brush, and I'm just gonna double check by pulling it out. And now I'm gonna go back to the pink pirouette. This is the lightest pink that Stampin' Up! Makes. And next, I'm just gonna wash some color on my cardstock. So this is true watercolor. This is all about just a washy bit of color, but it's nice to use the aqua painters. You get a lot more control. And see how that just came right out? Now I'm not going to touch my flower because I don't want it to bleed. But if you want it to bleed, you can. It'll be a dramatic bleed, so you. But it's dreamy, right? So it just depends on what the look you're looking for. And I'm gonna keep washing this pink pirouette in, and it's a very light version of it. I'm not adding too much either. When I get it to this point, I'm gonna take a good look at it and see what I think. Now, if I wanted to, I could keep going here. But some of good art is knowing when to stop. I'm gonna take a little bit of rose red ink and make some of my accents darker, just in certain areas. If you see a white space, you can fill it in. This really adds depth, so dark to light, but you don't want to go too crazy either because you can quickly make a mess. See, now there's a line, so I'm gonna just blend the line. See the line? There we go. And that's it for that. So next I'm going to add some Wink of Stella. This is just a glitter brush, and I'm going to start by putting it on where I've got that wash going. And look at it, it's already sparkly. I don't know if you can see it, but it's so pretty. And then you can just add some winks of glitter. I hope you can catch this on the camera. It is so cool. Hang on. I'm just pulling this in so you can see. So I've got my little paint palette over here, and I'm pulling in the background color with the Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to add it to the top of my image. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. And you can even go outside the lines here a little bit. It's okay. But this just adds like just enough glitter, and it dries right away. It's so stunning. And this is just watercolor paper from Stampin' Up. This is the clear Wink of Stella glitter brush. It also comes in gold. And that's it. And I'm just going to tie a bow for you. This ribbon is on sale this week through Monday night. I could just knot it off, but I like a bow. And then once you get it to this point, you just have to play with it to get it to look pretty. So here it is. Get your fingers in the holes. It makes them nice and loopy. So there's no waste when you tie a bow right off the roll like that. If you cut a piece, you're much more likely to have a lot of waste. This is my waste. So that's watercoloring with Framelits and Wink of Stella. Thanks so much for stopping by today. You can find more cool stuff on my website at stampforfun.net. Thanks a lot.